What is the meaning of life? This question has plagued humanity for millennia. People tried to answer it in various ways, but I have my own conclusion on this topic. And if you've watched other videos on this channel, you probably already know my answer. Today, I'll try to explain my viewpoint with the help of Gumball in the episode title, The Question. The episode revolves around them searching for the meaning of their lives and the purpose of humanity. The episode begins with the kids complaining about the cereal, saying the new one is terrible and they preferred the old one, which was sweeter.
Please, Mrs. Mom, this cereal's so bleak that if it was a movie, it would be Danish.
They manipulate their mom into getting the cereal that was going to be thrown away, and to experience more sugar, they eat it with their eyes. None of this makes any sense. They get into a crazy sugar rush and start questioning who invented the cereal. From there, they begin to reflect on who invents a bunch of things because, until they questioned what they themselves would invent, and Gumball asks,
"What are we gonna invent? I don't know. Does it matter if we achieve anything? I guess not. Look at pigeons. They don't get anything done. Yeah, what's the point of their life?"
What's the point of our lives?
And when they start questioning the meaning of the life of the pigeons, they question their own meaning of life. Darwin asks, who could answer this question? And you have a great point. Darwin could answer this question? Maybe religions? Philosophies? Maybe even your dog.
Guys, wait! I've got the answer!
Or that crazy guy over there. Then they go to Larry and ask him, what's the meaning of your life? He answers that he works and collapses upon realizing he has a routine and that the meaning of his life is a bit too superficial, that he's wasting his life working at a supermarket.
I get up, I shower, I come to work, I work all day, I go home, I go to sleep. I get up, I shower, I come to work, I work all day, I go home, I go to sleep. I get up, I shower, I come to work.
So he starts doing a bunch of crazy things, kissing everyone, stealing a car, swimming in the ocean. And it's incredible. When I was younger and questioned the meaning of life, I felt just like Larry. I would go to school, sleep when I got home, go back to school again, until I felt like him, becoming more and more distant. I saw the world as if it were submerged, as if I were in an aquarium just like he did, becoming increasingly distant in the universe. Then they asked Alan, what's the meaning of life? And he answers that the meaning is to do good, that by helping others will help you too, and everyone will feel a little better.
I believe the meaning of life is to be good to others, because if you help someone, then one day they might help someone else and the world will be a better place.
Until these two guys showed up and broke all his stuff. This scene is very special because to me it shows that no matter how much you try to be good to others, if they aren't willing to receive that goodwill, spreading it won't make a difference. The world won't change just because you're being nice. Right after that, Gumball says a really good line.
Show a little charity. Help me.
Well, charity begins at home.
To me, it represents the essence of charity, as if charity starts with ourselves. Because if we try to please everyone, it won't work out, so it's better to please ourselves first. Like, who are you to think that what you do is good? If you don't doubt your own good deeds for a second, who are you? Then they ask Mom what the meaning of life is, and she answers that it's to destroy enemies.
Crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and hear the lamentation of their women.
Or having a family. It's pretty much the same.
To me, that's the representation of the dumbest meaning someone could give to life, like what many countries do in times of war. That feeling that people are fighting for something greater against the enemy, but in reality, they're just destroying themselves for no reason. It's quite common nowadays to see many people seeing the enemy everywhere as if that person were some kind of heroine. Then they ask Dad, and he simply answers that the meaning of his life is the pursuit of pleasure. Honestly, I think the pursuit of physical pleasure is a valid meaning, but we can go much further than that. So they ask their sister, and she answers that knowledge, becoming capable of learning everything, is the meaning of life. But Gumball and Darwin start asking a bunch of useless questions like,
would you rather kiss a dog or have a baby drool in your mouth?
Or would you rather have foot hands or hand feet?
Or how long would a person survive just by eating their own hair?
what if she decided she didn't want to learn everything and preferred to remain ignorant? And this next part is one of my favorite parts of the episode, where they ask nature. Nature responds that the meaning of life is to eat or be eaten, while several of them are eaten.
The meaning of life has a simple rule. I know it makes sense, though it may seem cruel. The logic of the rule cannot be beaten, 'cause the meaning of life is to eat or be.
That was basically our purpose a few thousand years ago. Then they go to a cemetery and ask the dead person. He answers that the meaning of life is to live fully because he was only 18 when he died jumping from an airplane. He poses the following question.
Think about it. Would you rather live life to the fullest for 70 seconds, or live a boring life for 70 years?
Live intensely for 70 seconds or live a boring life for 70 years? I don't know what to answer to that question. I think whatever my answer, I would regret it afterwards. And it's the kind of thing you regret in any option, like that philosopher who said, marry, and you will regret it. Don't marry, you will also regret it. In the end, you'll regret everything, so just do something. Then comes this physical education teacher, I think, and he says that the meaning of life is to find oneself, but for that I leave a question. What happens after you find yourself? And now comes one of the most impressive and existential parts that this animation can provide us. When they ask the universe, what is the meaning of life? And the universe simply responds, dude, you're like an ant to me. You're not important. You're insignificant life in cosmic perspective. Near Neptune, even a grain has thousands of other infinitely larger planets than it. There's a verse in the song they sing that I find really cool.
When you think you've got a problem, if you're thinner or you're fatter, remember in the scheme of things your life just doesn't matter.
So, man, stop caring about it. Let's just go. This song is so good that it reminded me of an episode of Rick and Morty, where Morty, after stealing another Morty's reality, said that life has no meaning and nothing really matters.
Nobody exists on purpose. Nobody belongs anywhere. Everybody's gonna die. Come watch TV.
And honestly, this view that I share on the subject is also at the end of the episode today. They meet this girl who said that the search for meaning gives meaning to life, and also that what matters is now and not destiny. After all, everyone's destiny isn't to be rich or famous, but death is the end and the only destiny we know exists. The question here, maybe there is no meaning, maybe we weren't created for any purpose, maybe there's no afterlife, maybe there's no creator, and maybe, just maybe, we're just a bunch of sentient beings feeling lucky to be living on a floating ball with other floating balls around us. We might just be children of chance. People search for meaning in life as if it would solve anything. It's great to have a purpose, but it doesn't seem intrinsically necessary to me. And as much as I see no meaning in anything, it's still beautiful to experience this here. Humans perform miracles every day. We understand the universe better through mathematics. We understand ourselves better through philosophy. We've created magic with all this technology. Some of us made a giant piece of iron float in the air using all the forces of nature in our favor. We daily manage to send messages through the air as if it were nothing special. The truth is, we don't need meaning. Nothing really matters. Your existence lasts less than 100 years.